Hi everyone and welcome to episode 20 of Coffee with Cheese. I'm your host Narciso Bomben. I hope you had a great weekend. What I wanted to do moving forward for the next number of weeks is focus these discussions around life events and how life events can impact your finances and how you have to pay particularly close attention. So the first one I wanted to discuss was the change of a job or change of career. Over the last month or so, I've had some clients go through a change of job, and it's very important to make sure you're factoring in a couple of key things. So first and foremost, probably the most obvious one is understanding the nature of the new role from a salary and income potential perspective. Is it the same? Is it more? Is it less? Because depending on the answers, it's going to impact your cash flow and your ability to save and grow your net worth, right? So part of that also involves looking after some key benefits that you might be losing or you likely are losing and what you will be gaining. So I want to talk about two in particular because they're the most common. One is around the aspect of pensions and retirement savings. So first and foremost, did your previous employer offer a defined benefits pension or defined contribution pension? I'm going to focus more around the defined contribution pension because nowadays it's the most common. That being said, there are defined benefit pensions out there still, and you'll have an opportunity to do something with them as well. But the defined contribution pension really allows you a choice to either leave it with the current insurance company that was handling it. Either way, it's got to go into what's called a LIRA, a locked-in retirement account. Or you can move it to your financial planner. If you're working with someone today who has all of the assets that you own under management, it is an opportunity to consolidate it under that individual, which is very important. Okay, so that's now a pension. Also, if you have a group RRSP or a deferred profit sharing plan, it's also an opportunity to consolidate it with your current planner to make your life much easier moving forward. But in the case of the LIRA, the locked-in retirement account, it really now gives you the flexibility and options to decide how to invest that moving forward. Okay, you may also be in a position where your company is your former employer is publicly traded. You might have some stock options. That's a little something different to deal with. In most cases, not all, but in some cases it's a non-registered form of investment. So if you're going to keep them in the shares or move them out, you have to look at things like diversification and potential capital gains tax. Now, when we stay on the subject of pensions and retirement savings, it's very important to understand what your new employer is offering, if anything, right? So do they offer a pension, a defined contribution pension or defined benefit pension? If not, are they doing something like group RRSPs or a deferred profit sharing plan or a tax-free savings account? The easiest thing for me to say to you now is just make sure you take the time to understand what you're losing and what you need to move out, as well as what you are gaining or what the new plan looks like. And the best person to discuss that with is a financial planner. Okay, now as it relates to benefits and specifically around insurance, I had a recent situation where someone was leaving an employer and there was an option to convert the insurance, but it really didn't make sense at all. So the important thing that this individual did was really do a risk management needs analysis to understand what the coverage was going to be like going forward, right? And the only way to do that, again, is to look at what you're losing and what the conversion options are, but also what the new employer is offering, if anything, right? You might be going and becoming self-employed, so you have to look at that yourself, or your new employer may offer something for you. But the key thing is insurance usually gets impacted when you leave employers and you start another role, unless you have personally held insurance, so it's something else that you need to look at. So in summary, two key things I want you to think about if you're changing jobs or careers. Three things. The first thing is the impact to your income. Staying about the same, growing, shrinking. Is the type of income changing? If you're now self-employed, you're able to do things with expenses and whatnot versus regular T4 income. Okay, that's number one. Number two, your group savings or your savings plans, whether it be in the form of pensions or RSPs and TFSAs, another critical thing to look at. And lastly, but not by any stretch least important, is insurance and benefits. What's changing there? I would like to say any life event, but we'll focus on this one, is a good opportunity to really take a step back, look at your financial plan, and make sure that it continues to meet your needs going forward. I want to thank you for watching this week. As always, feel free to engage socially, leave any comments, share, like, and if at any time you want to have a one-on-one virtual coffee with cheese, it'd be my pleasure to do so. Thanks again, and have yourself a great rest of the day.